Hi, my name's Jeff. I own Epic Salon in Encino, California. We've been in business for 16 years, and we're starting a monthly video collection where we highlight products of the month. Things that we use in the salon every day that you can use at home to recreate the looks that we do in the salon. So the product that we're highlighting this month is Extra Body Sculpting Foam. And I'm going to go through the whole motions on how we use this and why we use it. A lot of times people make the mistake of washing hair every single day, and we recommend that at the most you wash your hair every other day. If you think about hair as being a fabric like a shirt, when you wash a shirt over and over again every single day, you start to destroy that fabric very quickly. And the better health this hair is in, obviously the better it's going to look, it's going to show. So this is my model today. This is Jen. Jen works with us. She's a Paul Mitchell graduate. Yay, Jen. Thank you for being our model. And so after you've washed her hair, what we did was just towel dry it really, really well. You can see that this hair is about 80% dry. And that's really important. You want to make sure, especially when you're trying to get volume out of hair, you want to make sure that you really get that moisture out. So you can take a towel and just really get into that root area and get those roots really dry. The roots is really the foundation to get volume out of the hair. And so it's really important that you get as much moisture out of this hair as you can. So I'm going to show you how to use the product of the month, which is the Extra Body Sculpting Foam. Now when you use this, it tends to look like you're using an awful lot. And the thing about mousse and what makes mousse such a great product to use, especially with when you're looking for volume, is that looks like a lot of product. But most of that's air. Okay, so you emulsify, and then what I like to do is I like to use my fingertips and work this into the scalp, into the root area, and start in the front. Turn her around so you can see this. Work that right in. Now what I like to do is I'll go back onto my palms and get that product. And then go back into that root area. And then once you think you've got it really in the most problematic areas, then just go through and get the rest of that product in. Work it in really well. Now remember, again, you want to use 80% of your product is going to go into the root area, because again, that's the foundation. I can't stress that enough when you're looking for volume. So one of the things that you need to do before you start getting into this with a round brush is really get the root area dried, just so you get a little bit of lift on that and get some of that excess moisture out. So one way I like doing it is just getting a vent brush and just working that hair and getting that root to kind of stand up. Now, a good way that you could do this at home would be to flip your head over. I'm going to go ahead and have Jen show you how she would do this at home. So what she's doing is she's just getting that root to kind of stand up a little bit. And the more the moisture you get out of this hair before you use your round brush, the better. It's going to make your blow dry go more quickly, and you're going to get much more volume out of the hair. Now one of the things I'm going to do when I start drying this hair is I'm going to dry a section of this, and then I'm going to have Jen do a section just to show you how it would actually look when you're doing it. So first thing you want to do is, once you've got the product in, is use your clips. Especially if there's a lot of hair. If it's shorter hair, maybe you don't need clips, but when it's longer hair, you definitely need to control what you're working with. These I find are great. They're little alligator clips. And so you want to section the hair. Now with longer hair, I tend to like to start in the back and get this hair out of the way, so I have a manageable section here. And then I'll work from the bottom up. It doesn't really matter how you do this as long as you've got manageable sections and you're comfortable with it. So where you start is up to you. And I'm going to take my section and I want to smooth it out. Maybe 1, 2, come underneath. Okay. And then put the blow dryer right in there, get the root dry, and then work that down the shaft. Now it's really important that, first of all, you use a nozzle on a blow dryer if you have one. That really helps the blow dryer be more efficient, and it also helps you with the direction of the airflow. And you want that airflow to go with the cuticle, which means you start towards the root area and keep that airflow going towards the ends. That's how you get the hair nice and smooth. And then when I'm trying to get a little bit of volume, go up underneath and then down. If you go underneath here, you can get that root area just to stand up, just a little bit. That root area, remember, it's a foundation of the style, and that's where you're going to get your lift. So now Jen's going to show you how this would look when you do this at home with the sectioning and the round brush. See how she's got that dryer working down, keeping that cuticle smooth. And she's got that nozzle right behind the brush. Okay, so you can see the hair is dry. We haven't done the top section yet, but all this was done the same way. Really working the root and going from scalp to ends and keeping that dryer and that nozzle going down the hair shaft. Okay, so this is a problem area, so I wanted to address this. This is where everyone tends to get flat. What you want to do is change up your brush, a little bit of a smaller round brush, and take a section right on top there, right on that crown. Roll that up nice and secure. And get that root dry. And you see I'm going from roots to ends. You can use Velcro rollers and do the same kind of a thing and set the whole head like that if you wanted. And take that out, and that just gives a nice little bump. Okay, so I'm going to have Jen do the next section so you can see what that looks like when you do it yourself. Okay, so you can see the size section Jen is using is about the same size as the round brush that she's using. And she's working that root area. Very cool. And that's it. Pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to just finish this off with some extra body finishing spray. Just a little bit. This is a pretty light spray. Again, everything that we're using is light for volume. And I think our hair came out pretty good. This is certainly something that you can do at home. And as we do these, I promise they will get better. This is our first in the series. So this is all designed just to help you. I'd love to encourage you to go to our website, epicsalon.com. You can see bios on all our stylists. We have about 20 stylists working here, and see whose personality might meet your expectations. And I think Jen turned out great. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.